Israel is a country of the mouth. It has a taste, a texture, a bouquet. I can't tell a dry white wine from a soaking wet one, but the food of Israel drives me to descriptions that would rival feature and savoir. If there is a Hebrew word for sommelier, but for someone who knows all about hummus, then that's what I am. I don't speak Hebrew, which on balance is probably a good thing. Talking with your mouth full is rude. Now, I'm not what anyone's mother would call a good eater. I can't be. I'm too worried that I won't be a size 0 anymore, that I'll get a poochy belly, back fat, and jowls like a bulldog. I firmly believe that I'm just one skittle away from a double chin, gelatinous thighs, and a tummy that will get me a seat on the subway. I know the calorie counts of lots of different foods, including the proportionate amounts of fat, carbs, and protein. A large part of my identity revolves around my thinness, and I'm not about to slack off. If I'm feeling unhappy, I don't curl up with Ben & Jerry's in a Lifetime made-for-cable movie. Instead, I do push-ups and shop for something that plays up my figure. I like it when people mention how skinny I am and have been known to fish for it when they don't. I know that this unhealthy focus of mine is tied up with other unhealthy things. Status, superiority, competition, Condé Nast, for starters. But when I'm in Israel, if anyone notices my size, it's with about as much interest as the day of the week. Once in a while, someone will say to me, "You're skinny," just as a piece of conversation. They don't ask what I eat or what I don't eat. They don't want to know if I do Pilates or spin or who my trainer is. Or take me aside to ask if I make myself vomit. They don't think being thin makes me enviable. If I were fat, it would be just as uninteresting to them. In Israel, I eat. I eat falafel with deep fried French fries stuffed alongside the chickpea balls and tahina. I eat labneh. I eat regular cream cheese on bagels that are not as good as the bagels I don't eat in New York. I eat ultra creamy Emmy yogurt. I eat ice cream from local stores made on a kibbutz from the milk of nice Jewish cows.
I eat Strauss Magnum bars, the biggest ice cream bars they have.
Elite chocolate and family size. I wash everything down with grapefruit Prigat, an Israeli version of Snapple. I eat pizza, fast food from McDonald's,
Sahara,
Burger King,
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I eat healthy foods in quantities large enough to make it unhealthy. 3 large bowls of peas, half an entire watermelon, 7 tomatoes, a kilo of dates, which took me a weekend, but still. And I eat hummus every single day in Israel, from my first hour there to my last snack in the airport. I chisel halvah from large bricks and give no thought to the insane amount of fat this particular sweet contains. I stare at the halvah while I'm eating it and imagine I'm building a house made from those bricks. Vanilla with a chocolate roof and shutters. I come home in the evening and eat hummus for dinner and then lick the walls for dessert. And every night my handsome, horny Israeli husband will scoop me up and carry me off to bed. He'll lift me as if I'm a feather no matter what I weigh, and he'll love me, skinny or fat. He won't eye me critically as I chew on the door of our Halvah house and say,
"Do you really need that?"
In the open-air market, tubs of olives glitter and gleam like gems in the window of Cartier. I buy a container of shiny black ones and eat them on the curb outside. And when there's nothing left but olive oil, I buy a couple of pitas and sop up every last drop. In Israel, no matter how much I eat, I'm still hungry. There's no explanation for it, except maybe it's my heart that is starving. And Israel is the only place where it can be filled. Now, I'm not starving for love or attention or acknowledgement or any of the things that I associate with spiritual starvation. I'm hungry for a place where there's something, lots of things, more important than how I look. And now that I've found it, I'm insatiable. Maybe then it's not so much that Israel fills me or allows me to be full, but that it draws a big black arrow to the emptiness of my life in New York. Now, I'm in no way draped in designer labels, nor do I get my hair cut by a stylist to the stars, and I refuse to believe that what's in my soul has anything to do with my shoes. My friends are intelligent, kind women of varying girths. I try try to make a difference and stay connected to values I believe are important. I'm passionate about many different causes and lend my hands, my voice, my wallet when they're needed. But still, there are so many, many nights that I go to sleep hungry, dreaming of hummus and halvah.